What's up? Good morning to all my favorite people. Today, I decided that, well, I hadn't decided today. I've been planning this for a little while, and I think I mentioned it in a grocery haul maybe a week ago that I want to do a little bit of food prep. I don't call it meal prep because I'm not necessarily prepping anything that I can just throw in the microwave and eat. I'm prepping little components so that I have breakfast, so that I have lunch. This is for everyone in my family, but if I'm being honest, this is a lot for me because I don't eat breakfast all of the time. I don't always eat a healthy lunch. I skip a lot of meals, and I just feel like if I prep certain things, then I'm gonna be ready for success. Does that make any sense? I'm not trying to completely restore and change everything that I eat, but I am trying to hone in a little bit on making sure I get the good things in my body along with all the other crap that I've been eating. So I have a list here. It goes on my fridge. It's just a magnetic thing. It's perfect. So these are the things that I want to check off. I'm giving myself 1 hour and we're gonna see what I can do in an hour. It is, by the time I start this, it'll be about 10:15. So I have 1 hour, 11:15. We'll see if I actually accomplish it. I want to prep some rice, super basic. You guys have seen it before. I have a Ninja Foodi video all about how I love to cook rice in my Foodi or a pressure cooker. I also have an Instant Pot, so the next thing that I want to do is prep a bunch of eggs. I'm also going to do that in the Foodi or the Instant Pot. I'll do one or the other. I'll probably do the eggs in the Instant Pot because this is my pet peeve about the Foodi versus the Instant Pot is it's not non-stick in the Instant Pot. So when I make rice, it tends to stick to the stainless steel container, whereas the Foodi is non-stick. So I'm probably going to do those two things in pressure cookers, and we'll probably get those done right out of the way so that they're started and I can prep everything else. I want to pickle my red onions, and I also bought some shredded carrots and I want to pickle those as well. I've tried them before. I just don't think I let it sit long enough, and I almost wonder if I should parboil the shredded carrot just to soften it a bit. We'll see. We'll see how much time I have. If not, I'm just going to throw it in the container with the pickle brine or the mixture that I use, which is just vinegar and water and salt, and it's really good. And usually the red onions are done within 24 hours. I can start picking at them, so they're really good. And then this is something that I've never made, but I've seen everybody on the internet make for years now, is the egg bites or egg muffins, whatever you want to call them. Just something really quick and nutritious, packed with vegetables, a little bit of cheese and eggs, and it'll be really, really good to throw in your mouth in the morning. Now, this one I'm not sure I'm gonna have time to get to, but I wanna try and make overnight oats. So we're gonna do that. And the last one on my list is green onions. If you guys have been here for a while, you know how I love to store my green onions. If you store them like this, at least for me, using a proper airtight container, they last like 3 to 4 weeks. If they last that long, you don't actually eat them, but sometimes they do, because sometimes I just use them in ramen or for garnish, and I don't like leaving them in a glass. I don't like growing them. I find that they don't come out as strong. They don't taste the same. And I know there's lots of things you can get to put in your fridge for your green onions to grow, leave them in a jar. I just don't have that kind of room. So I find this the easiest. I'll show you guys that one too. That's everything. That's what I want to go ahead and food prep today. So I'm going to shut up because it is now 10:15. Let's get going and see what I can do in an hour. So I'm only gonna prep 2 cups because I'm really the only one that will eat this. So I use 2 cups of rice to 2.5 cups of water. So for every cup of rice, it's 1.25 cups. This is the Thai jasmine rice. And it does come out a little bit sticky, but that's how we like it. And I'm gonna do it at high pressure for 2 minutes. And I'm gonna let it release naturally for 10 and then release the pressure. And then we have rice ready for the week. All right, so now I have my Instant Pot set up. You should always have one, whenever you're doing anything in the Instant Pot, you gotta have liquid. So whether you're making pasta or anything, especially something like this, you need 1 cup of water. Otherwise you're gonna get a burn notification. So I did buy 2 packs of 18 eggs at Costco the other day. I know eggs are crazy. I don't know if you're here in Canada. That is the best price right now. These were only $5.39. So I got 36 eggs for just under $11. So all you're gonna wanna do is set your eggs right in here with the trivet. If you have one of those fancy silicone ones, that's nice. I do not. And I'm gonna fit as many eggs in here as I can. There we go. We got 12 eggs in there. Now there are lots of methods to cook eggs in an Instant Pot, or there's the 5-5-5. I believe it's 5 minutes, then a 5-minute natural release and 5 minutes in the ice water. I just like to do it for 7 minutes, then release the pressure, and then I throw them in the ice water, and then they're good to go. That's just if you're looking to peel them right away. Also, the ice water is really good to stop the cooking process. So I'm gonna throw them in the ice water even though I don't plan on peeling them right away, because they are going to be for meal prep, just to have in the fridge to eat or add to something when we want it. So I am going to pressure cook these 7 minutes, and that's it. We let her go, and as soon as we hear it, we'll release the pressure. All right, next up, we're gonna go ahead and do pickled red onion. Doing all this makes me so hungry. Costco grapes. The base for pickled red onions, or pickled anything, just super basic. Equal parts water and vinegar. Some people put 1 cup water, half apple cider, half regular vinegar. So as long as you have an equal part ratio of water to vinegar, you're good to go. So I have 1 cup of water here. I'm gonna add a cup of vinegar. A little bit extra. Hi! And we're gonna boil this together. This isn't exact, but I like to make sure I put enough salt because sometimes I don't. I'm gonna add a good teaspoon of salt in there. And we're just gonna boil this. And as soon as it's boiled, we'll add our cut up red onions into the jar, pour the liquid over until it's all covered and saturated. Ooh, it smells good already. If you had a mandolin, this would be good to use it. This would be a good time to use it. I'm pretty comfortable with a knife, so it's just more work to take the mandolin out and actually clean it than it's worth, in my opinion. All right, our mixture's boiling, so let's go ahead and pour it in. So we're gonna let this sit and cool. You don't wanna put the lid on until it is completely at room temperature. So I'm just gonna set this aside, let it do its thing. And yeah, it's gonna be amazing, amazing. All right, our Instant Pot just went off. Let's go ahead and release the steam. So while I was doing everything, this kind of went over. This doesn't matter. When it comes to the rice, this could sit in there for another 20 minutes. It would be fine, but we'll just make sure there's nothing left. It's not usually much. Once you do a natural release, there's not as much pressure coming out, whereas this is a ton of pressure because we're releasing it as soon as it's done cooking. There's our rice. So I'm gonna let that cool before I try to store it. So I'm gonna take it off of keep warm and just unplug it and let it cool. But look at that rice. Like, look at it. Oh, that's such nice rice. I've never bought this one before. All right, our eggs should be done. We're gonna put them into the ice bath for 5 minutes and let them stop cooking. Woo, we just fit. Let's go ahead and do up our pickled carrots. So for this one, I'm just gonna use the pasta sauce jar like I mentioned to you before. We're just gonna go ahead and dump them in. The only difference with the pickled carrots is I like to add a little bit of garlic. So I'm gonna take about a teaspoon of garlic and throw it in with the water while it's boiling, and then it'll all go in with the carrots. Maybe a little more than a teaspoon, however much you like. Can you see all the little specks of garlic? Like, oh, this is so good. And you can add anything. You could add it to this if you wanted to. You could add some hot peppers to this. You can really do anything you want. I had jalapenos in there. You could make spicy ones. There's so many options. Like, oh, this feels so nice. All right, we've got all our onions chopped up. I'm gonna push this to the side. All I do is line the container with paper towel. That's it. That's what I do with the Brilliance container. That's what I'm doing here. And I put it in. I make sure it stays on top of the paper towel. And I switch this paper towel out once a week, maybe. It depends. If you've got really juicy onions the first time, maybe the first 3 or 4 days. Whew, these onions are making me cry. Usually green onions don't do that. Holy moly. Oh God, my mascara is gonna be running. There it is. I had to go wipe my eyes. I was crying really, really bad, but look at those. Man, God, they look really good. That's it. Throw them in there. Throw them in a container. Close it up. And they'll last like that for weeks. Just stay ahead of it. Keep changing out your paper towel. Yeah, it's great. Then you have green onions ready to go for whatever you need. I was like, okay, that's enough for today. And I'm like, no, I really want to make those egg bites. And I know you're probably thinking, Vanessa, you just boiled 12 eggs. Why do you need egg bites? The eggs aren't always for breakfast. I send Jamie with eggs in his lunch, 2 eggs. I eat them in the evening when I just want a snack. I throw them in my ramen. For the most part, I'm not going to eat those boiled eggs for breakfast. And if I want to make an egg salad, I have eggs, and those are good in the fridge for a week. I want to have this for breakfast. So I got this idea from Downshiftology on YouTube, if you want to check that out. I've also seen it on Domestic Geek. I love following her. Both of them have really good meal prep and good ideas. So she had a really fancy muffin tin. I have these cute little silicone liners, and I figured that's probably a safe bet. I am gonna oil them a little bit just to be safe that the egg bites will pop out. And I don't know that I'm gonna make 12 of them. I might, I don't know. I'm gonna crack, let's see, I might only get 6 of them because I wanna use the rest of this container. So I'm gonna crack 6 eggs and see what that gives me. I'm guessing it's gonna give me 6 or 7 egg bites. Now I have a few different fillings that I'm gonna put in them. I have one that I'm gonna do is spinach, tomatoes, and feta. I'm really excited about that one. And another one, I'm just gonna add some green onions and some bacon and a little bit of cheese. So let's get cooking. I just happen to have leftover bacon from our pancake breakfast last night, or our pancake supper, since it was pancake day yesterday. Did you guys have pancakes? Go ahead, crack all of our eggs in here. There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and season these right now with just a little bit of salt. I'm not gonna go crazy. And a little bit of pepper. I think I'll add some garlic powder, not a lot. There you go. Now when she makes these, she says you can add the egg and then put the toppings in, or you can put the toppings in each one and then add the egg. I'm going to add the egg because I don't know how many I'm gonna be able to get. And she said if you're adding the egg first, just to fill it to about half. So let's do that. Ooh, too much. Oh, I didn't spray these. Get this out. All right, that actually worked out perfect. We got 12 out of my 6 eggs, so let's fill them up. All right, so I'm gonna start off with some spinach here. And all of these, we'll do 6 with this. I think these will be really good. And we'll hit it with tomato. And we'll go in with the feta. We're gonna add some bacon to each one. Actually, let's add the cheese first. This is just Tex-Mex. Some bacon, add enough bacon. Lots of bacon. Maybe a little bit more, I think. And some of our green onions. These are done. We're gonna go ahead and pop these in the oven for anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes. Here's the eggs that we made. Really good. Waste not, want not. These look ridiculously good. Like, my goodness, look at the tomato and the feta and the spinach and the bacon. Yum, yum, yum. All right, guys, there's everything that we did. I managed to check everything off of my list. We got our rice, we got our eggs, I did my pickled veggies, I did the green onions, and I did the egg bites. And I was gonna back out of the egg bites. And honestly, it is now 12 o'clock. I started at 10:15, but I was looking up a recipe. I got distracted a few times. This really didn't take any time. And now I have things in there prepped and ready so that I can put together some simple meals for breakfast, for lunch. But I still want to I have to do some snack boxes, and I want to do some overnight oats. So I think I may do that tomorrow, and we'll do a part 2, or we'll do another food prep video. But these are just simple, basic things, and I love having them ready. And let me know down below what you like to have ready, because maybe that'll help me. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please make sure that you're subscribed, because I don't have a set schedule. I do post several times a week. So if you want to be notified when I'm posting new content, you got to click that bell. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I love you all so stinking much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.